Some of them were shaped like a cigarette, for lack of a better term, cigarette, long. Some were shaped like a disc, different shapes. So we were close.
Oh yeah.
You know? And then down in Peru, places like Peru and South America, they always see the chariots. There's a place in Peru, I forgot what it's called, but the name interpreted is UFO ground or something.
That's second Maccabee 5, starting from the top.
Yeah, the locals down there call it the name in their language. It's UFO ground or something. You know, I was reading about that. And we believe that when America is destroyed, we believe that that is probably when it speaks about the wilderness in the book of Ezekiel. There will I plead with you, like as I plead with your fathers. The wilderness, we believe, is talking about South America. It makes sense. Because America is going to be destroyed totally. So when the chariots take us up out of here, which we hope is us, you know, hope the member of the elect, all right? I don't want to be presumptuous, but when the chariots take us out of here and bring us back down to the earth, we believe it's going to be probably somewhere in South America. Because if you look at the map where you have nuclear spots, really there's none really in South America. Like they showed America's covered with nuclear spots. So America's going to be wiped out, point blank. Right?
Go ahead and read that.
All right. It's the book of 2nd Maccabees, chapter 5 and 1. About the same time, Antiochus prepared a second voyage into Egypt, and then it happened that all the city, for the space almost of 40 days, there were seen horsemen running in the air, and cloth of gold and armed with lances like a band of soldiers, and troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, with shaking of shields and multitudes of pikes, and drawing of swords, and castings of darts, and glittering of golden ornaments, and harness of all sorts. Wherefore every man prayed that that apparition might turn to good. Now when there was gone forth...
Now that was the Greek army, and they were considered the greatest army during that time period, man. Everybody feared that army. Alexander, you know, the generals up under him, and they said they hoped that these angels didn't do nothing horrible to them, you know, bad to them. Go ahead.
Right, it says, wherefore every man prayed that that apparition might turn to good. Now when they were going forth...
Well, that's going to happen again when the chariots invade America. The scriptures say...
yeah, because, let me just say this, because the Most High, before he takes his place out, he's going to let the world know that there is a Most High. You know, there's certain things you can explain away, but there's going to be some events that the Most High is going to do where you can't explain away, and you're going to say, well, either they're aliens, but there's definitely some being of power that's doing this thing, you know?
For an example is Yahushua. Right before Yahushua died on the cross, when they saw the earth, now Yahushua could have just died on the cross, but there was an earthquake, there was the darkness for 3 hours, and then there was one centurion who could have been a Jake. He said, truly, this man was the son of the Heavenly Father. So that backs up what the apostles said. So that was that one, I mean, Yahushua died, darkness covered the earth for 3 hours. The earthquake, the saints, the veil in the temple, rent, split in half. The saints came out the grave, walked out a lot of people, just off his death.
Death and resurrection. They said a number. They didn't give you the number, but a number of saints that people knew. You know, your uncle might have died, or your father might have died, and they came out the grave, and they went back, and they lived. Wow. They lived a full life. Woo. See, Esau knows this. The elite scholars and the Rothschilds, they know everything. Everything that we teaching, they know they go into slavery, but you know what? They're the devil, so they're going to try to kind of outwit the Most. How you going to outwit the Most High when the Most High made you?
Yeah, well, that's in the book of Isaiah. And you want to bring that out. Yeah, but going back to the chariots, man, the scripture say, Yahweh Shai said, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So one of the things they're dismayed is the chariots of the heavenly Father. Yeah.
There's a TV show on Netflix called The 4400. You know, that's about 144,000. And in the show, they see like there's only one Jake dude in there, but the rest of the people, like, you know, practically so on and so forth. They end up in the chariots, they get brought back down like 60 years later, and they got spiritual powers. So they know.
Esau is just trying to be us.
Yeah.
Remember that movie that came out with this guy Nicolas Cage? What was the name of that movie? With them two little kids?
Yeah,
Knowing. Yeah. And basically now that came out in 90-something, was it? Or maybe the early, maybe 2000, I forget the exact, 2001 or whatever, 2002. And there was a series of events that took place. And one of the events was at New Orleans with the oil coming up. I believe it was the New Orleans event. And they actually played it out in that movie, showing you that that was all set up. You know? Oh, the World Trade Center, that was in a movie called with Samuel Jackson, The Long Kiss Goodnight. Anybody ever watch that movie? No, they watch the movie. Get the movie, watch it tonight. The Long Kiss Goodnight. Even without that, that's one of the baddest movies ever came out. With Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis. And she had like a demon on it. She was like a pretty woman. Then she basically turned into like an assassin. She just changed up. It's a bad movie, but in that movie, that was back in 1996. The guy detailed the Edomite, how the World Trade Centers were going to go down and how planes was going to hit it. And he said that the Arabs are going to do it, but they were really behind it.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I mean, if you go to YouTube and you kind of put in the Long Kiss Goodnight scene with a 9/11, it'll come up. And it breaks it down like it already happened.
Can I say one thing, too? Like the movie Olympics Falling and Red Dawn, how they invaded, and Olympics Falling, how they invaded the White House. I know I heard Alex Jones saying about ISIS, because you know the borders is open. He said that they're supposed to be over here, and he said that the next terror attack is going to be so bigger than 9/11, they're going to blow up a city or something like that.
He said it last night. I was listening.
I seen that
and then
last night.
now it's on the regular news media. There's one, I think, a congressman that said, don't be surprised if there's a terrorist attack by ISIS, because ISIS is out of control. Now, ISIS is set up by the CIA, you know? But a bunch of people in the media, they say it kind of here and there, you got to catch it, but they keep a bunch of them, maybe 3 or 4 of them said it, that don't be surprised if there's a major terrorist attack, but a whole city.
Might be Ferguson too, because they had it, you know, they were taking a picture of one of the Jakes protesting, and ironically, they had one of the Russian generals that just stepped down, or whatever, from whatever post he had up there. He was in the background. What the hell is he doing?
Get the fuck
Yeah, they caught it.
Something's gonna happen, man.
And they put that picture out there. You know, they put it up on Facebook, and they said, wait a minute, that guy he's a Russian official that just stepped down from his post. So, you know, they doing something. Then you still got the thing with the Ebola down there in Atlanta, which that's where most of those FEMA, those coffins were sent down there to Atlanta. So
they getting ready to do something, as we all know.
Yeah.
As we all know.
But did you hear about that guy, Dan Page? You know about the black child?
Oh, yeah. He's becoming famous real quick.
Well, that's why scripture say watch as well as pray. Too many watching.
He said around 2015, a lot of events are supposed to happen. And he was talking to the women in his little seminar he had, and he said that they're going to cut off EBT. And he said you ain't going to have a time to rest. He said you can enjoy yourself now and get your nails done and stuff like that. But in that time, it's going to be crazy. And he was like mapping it out, saying like when this happened, they're going to bring in a certain type of guards. And then he said they're going to go and get those that's called domestic terrorists. Those that believe in Jesus Christ, he said, and those that go against homosexuality. So when we know, I knew that was talking about us and stuff. And then he said martial law, but he said they're not going to say martial law He says
Emergency.